What's up? It's Joshua, and because I'm tired of fucking eating trash, let's get to the Cliff Note first. You want me to dissolve Christianity? I mean, I was watching like a little clip. Yo, Rogan, what's up? What's up? You want me to? I'll dissolve Christianity, Islam, and Judaism in like one little 2 minute video. I don't even need to go through and fucking destroy the New Testament, which I can, and in one sentence, right? All right. God's the omnipotent creator of all things. Right? Does everybody agree? If you agree that God's the omnipotent creator, raise your hand. Yes, we do. We believe because we're Christians in Jesus Christ. I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the mitzvah, and I'm praying to the east. You guys all agree with that, right? Did everybody raise their hand that agreed with that? King Solomon, Benjamin Netanyahu, Rabbi, whatever your name is, Papa Leo, he's down there in me, right? Okay, he is, right? Man was created by your stories. It's in all your stories. It's even in the Hindu Kali God. It's in all your stories, right? God created man. Man was different from the angelic beings because man had free will. Does everybody go with that? You guys all agree with that, right? And all your religions agree with that. No, but the Masoretic text says this and this. All right, that's great. You guys all agree with that part, right? And God created man, and because he has free will. Do you agree with that? He's different than the angelic beings because the angels didn't have free will, right? Let's do a mitzvah. Right? So God created man and he created the angelic beings. But the difference was the angelic beings didn't have free will and man had free will. The angelic beings could only do what God told them to do. Right? That's the story. Well, if that's the story, then how Satan developed pride unless God approved it? Couldn't happen. Because man was created with free will. So if man was created with free will, then Satan couldn't all of a sudden develop pride because that's a human characteristic. How could an angel or an angelic being develop a characteristic unless God approved it for that angelic being to have that characteristic? Therefore, Satan is under the control of God, and God did it on purpose. Or, I mean, we can go a million different ways of why. Are we into how or why? Right? But if that's the case, then there are no demons and father and I'm doing extra. None of that shit exists except for a lesson for you to be taught that you're stupid and you know what you're talking about. Because by the creation story, man's created with free will. Angelic beings are not. How could all of a sudden the angelic beings developed pride or developed emotions? They couldn't have unless God had given that to them. Then are we the angelic beings? See, now we're going to get into a lot of places like where God doesn't want me to go with you guys yet because you can't even understand. Fighting against Satan. Are you fighting against Satan? Are you fighting against Satan? I'm doing the mitzvah against Satan. Right? I mean, for real. That's the story. That's like the 10-cent version of like gets rid of like every man-made religion in the world. Right there. I just explained it all to you right there. God created the angelic beings. You guys roundly acclaim, all your religions proclaim that. God created man and gave him free will. The angelic beings all of a sudden developed free will to get mad at man. Like, how'd that happen? Unless God's the omnipotent creator that gave the angelic beings to do that, because the angelic beings Satan, Lucifer, Mephistopheles, Ominous, Abominus, whatever you want to call it, can't do that unless God gives Satan pride. Satan couldn't all of a sudden develop pride unless Satan's God. And if God's the creator of all things, then Satan couldn't have developed pride unless God allowed Satan to develop pride. Then we get into like some really deep thoughts with Jack Handy on. You remember Saturday Night? This man actually say, you know what I'm saying? Omination, domination, abomination, bomb, doing the mitzvah. For real. There are no demons. There is no snake. There is no Zeus. There is no ball. He states it in Isaiah about you can do the Masoretic, West Huff. All you guys are stupid.